So welcome back to this week's video from Shoreham Auctions. I've got an account with Shoreham and they allow me to record the sales, but I just stop and start my recording just to capture the electric vehicles that go through, the EVs. So this week there's a lot of vehicles from last week and 2 weeks ago that didn't sell. Now there's a variety of reasons for that. The Motor Trader has always been sensitive to what's going on in the news, and particularly the financial market, and with the tariffs from the United States sort of throwing everything up into the air, manufacturers of anything from cars to widgets, the monetary markets, the banks, they're all at a bit of a loss as to where the world is going to go financially. And this is reflected with the dealers on the shop floor, so to speak, when it comes to them buying stock, because they don't know how the public feels about shelling out a lot of money, because a lot of members of the public may be connected to the banking industry or the finance industry or some big conglomerate that's going to be affected by the tariffs. So there's a lot of nervousness about in the market and in the public's mind's eye when it comes to spending a large chunk of money on a new vehicle, particularly an electric vehicle. So that's my take on why a lot of vehicles didn't sell last week. Now you may have a different opinion. A lot of people that watch this are very anti-EV, and that's fine. I appreciate you watching and commenting. You know, I'm an open house here. If you feel strongly about something, then be polite, leave a comment. I won't take foul language, but just leave a comment as to your views as to why EVs don't sell. I could get some comments coming in. Anyway, today I'm going to focus on 7 vehicles. There was probably about 50 or 60 last week and 2 weeks ago, but I'm just going to focus on a broad spread of different types of vehicles, and I'm going to cite the price it got to provisionally, and then there would have been a phone call between the highest bidder and the vendor, which is like the finance house that owns the vehicle or the leasing company or the bank, and they say yes or no. So if they're going through another sale, that means the top provisional bid, they wouldn't go any more, so it's re-entered into a sale. The question is, like I used to do years ago when I physically went to auctions, when I was buying LPG and hybrid vehicles back in the day, 20 years ago, I would go to a sale every week, and sometimes cars would go through 2 or 3 times before the seller, the vendor, would go, do you know what, just let it go. And that's when you picked up an absolute bargain. So this week I'm going to keep my eye on 7 vehicles that could go really cheap, because they've been through the sale either last week or 2 weeks ago or a month ago. So some have gone through multiple times, and there has to come a point where the vendor goes, do you know what, are we getting any more than what we wanted? You know, and we're deeper into this uncertainty period with the tariffs. Just let it go, just sell it, and he'll tell that to the auctioneer. So the vehicles we're going to look at today is a Skoda Enyaq that went through last week and didn't sell at 18,200. A red Tesla Model Y on a 22 plate went through last week and didn't sell at 24,800. Model 3 last week didn't sell at £16,000. A Kia EV6 that went through 2 weeks ago, nice in the blue actually that was, didn't sell at 23,200. BMW i4, the beaver faced BMW, on a 23 plate didn't sell at 30,600. A blue Model Y with the white interior on a 22 plate, which is very, very tempting, I have to say, didn't sell last week at 22,600. And 2 weeks ago rather. And finally, the first one that's through for us that I'm keeping my eye on is the Ioniq 5 with 62,000 miles on a 71 plate. That didn't sell at £15,300. So they're the 7 cars I'm going to sort of hone in on, but I'm going to cover all the EVs that go through this sale. If you want to know the fees that are payable on top, then stay to the end of this video, and that's when I explain what those fees are. Anyway, I've waffled enough. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get straight into the sale. So let's start with the Maxus T90, the 88.5 kilowatt hour electric vehicle pickup. Lots of these going through. I think they got to like 12 or 13,000 pound. Caps at 15.6. Cab average in the white, 4,000 miles on a 23 plate. on a 73 plate, registered 2023. Yeah, online bidder 12.3. I think up to 12.5. Great workhorse, not very refined, but you know what? It's if you just want a workhorse, if you live on a farm, it will probably suit you down to the ground. 88.5 kilowatt hour battery, so good range, good workhorse, just a tool. Is that going to get any higher than 12.5? Not sold at 12.3. So just for fun, like I say, I'm going to do a video about these. A hydrogen car, hydrogen fuel cell, Hyundai Nexo. These don't get over £8,000 for the last 3 or 4 auctions these have gone through. 3 places in the UK to fill these up with, folks. Fill them up with fuel. So yeah, there's no future in hydrogen. Future video coming, and that is not sold at 7.4. Not surprised. So here's a part exchange from the WJ King Group. Model 3, long range, all-wheel drive in the red. 36,000 miles. This went through last week. I haven't made a note of what it fetched last week. On a 70 plate, grade 3. This is a Fremont built car because it's got chrome around the doors, so it doesn't have the octa-valve heat pump. 13.9 is what it's up to. Its average price, cap being computerized AD pricing, is 15.5. It's up to 14. So this dealer group will basically have a figure in mind as to when they're going to want to let it go, and it's not sold. Next, from Navuna Vehicle Solutions, is another one of these Zoes. I think these have been used for like motorway services, repair things, because it's got extra lights on, flashing beacon on the roof, and some nice graphics on the boot, which will peel off. I think there was 3 of these last week. I don't think any of them sold. It's down as a grade 5 because there'll be holes in the roof and obviously holes in the bumper where the flashy lights have been. But you might want flashy lights. 33,000 miles. It's the iconic, it's the base spec, but it has got rapid charging. Not all Zoes have got CCS rapid charging. Bonkers, I know. Cap average is 7.1. I think, you know, it's not going to get anywhere near that because you need to do some remedial work on it to fill the holes that have been drilled for those lights. It's up to 4,300 on a 21 plate. Beacons fitted to roof, as it says there. It's up to 4.3. Is it going to sell? Again, this is down to the leasing company as to whether they want to get rid of it. So you may pick up a bargain. Provisional 4.3. This Mercedes-Benz EQC. This has got lemon squeezes in the dash, I think, is it? No, that's the EQA. This is the EQC. 8 kilowatt hour. This has been through a few times as well. On a 22 plate, 15,000 miles. Cap average is 27,650. Depends on the spec, even though it's an AMG spec. Depends if there's been any options fitted. It's up to 26.9. We've got hall bidders and online bidders. The representative from Navuna will be on the rostrum there with the auctioneer to say sell it or put it through another week, and that's provisional at £27,000. Here's the Ioniq 5, the first one. Right, this went to 15.3 last week. See if it goes over 15.3. 62,000 miles on a 71 plate. The 73 kilowatt hour premium in the white looks quite nice. Grade 2. 2 keys. MOT next February 2026. 4 stamps in the book. Yeah, it looks alright, this does. This could be value. Cap average is 14.3. They didn't sell it last week at 15.3. Cap clean is 15.6. So it's got to be a bit more than 15.3 is my gut feeling. But what is Mr. Navuna going to say this week? Hall bid straight in £14,000. So the hall bidder will be basically looking at his guide price and going, look, Mr. Navuna, I don't want to spend any more than 14.3. So they'll try and start it low, as we all would if we're in an auction. £14,000. Last week, 15.3. Is there any takers? Hall bid, online bid, 14.2, 14.3. Still £1,000 behind, but it's at cap average, and that is provisional at 14.3. ID3, the peasant spec, plastic wheel trims, which I prefer, more aerodynamic, in Orkney grey, or undercoat grey as I prefer to call it. This went through last week. Not made a note on how much this got to last week. 32,000 miles. The Pro Performance, 58 kilowatt hour. Average is £13,100. It's a grade 1, straight on somebody's forecourt. Yeah, not a massive fan of the ID3, I have to say. Just a personal preference. £13,000. Again, how long is Mr. Navuna going to hang on to these? You know, as we go through time, every car will depreciate. Is he just waiting for more money? Is he just going to keep putting them through multiple times? We don't know. That's the joy of auctions. Provisional 13.1. This went through last week. Didn't make a note of what this got to. MG5. James of James and Kate. Cleveland EV. So he's got 13 of these on his fleet. Do massive miles without any problems at all. This has just got 54,000 miles. We have got ABS warning lights on. That could just be a weak 12-volt battery. 8.7 is its average price. Is up to 8.4. Don't know what it fetched last week. On a 22 plate. It's the exclusive. So you've got leather and a few more bits and bobs inside. 8.650, 8.7. Is Mr. Navuna going to let this go? And it is provisional at £8,700. The Skoda Enyaq, this went through last week and got to £18,200, which is, where are we? £200, £300 below cap average. Grade 3, nice big bus. Yeah, they're all right, these are. 11,000 miles on a 23 plate. The Eco Suite, 62 kilowatt hour, 5-door auto. 18.1. Last week got to 18.2. Online bidder. All online bids, 18.2. Maybe he got to 18.2 last week and doesn't want to go anymore. Is anyone going to bid more than what it went for, got up to last week? The answer is no. Exactly the same as last week, 18.2. Not sold, provisional. So Tesla Model Y, this went through last week and didn't sell at £24,800. Long range, all-wheel drive in the multi-coat, tricolour red, which was like a £3,000 option, I think. Where is it? Grade 3. Got the black interior. 22 plate, done 29,000 miles. Average is 24.9. Didn't sell last week at 24.8. So they want over cap average for it. Let's see if it sells this week. MOT is due March 2026, so you can check the MOT before you bid. You've had a look at the condition report. Is it going to go for more than £24,800? We're up to 24.4, and that's provisional. £400 less than last week. Interesting. He still doesn't want to let it go. Kona, 64 kilowatt hour premium. This went through last week. Can't remember what it went for. 42,000 miles, 22 plate, wind knife EVs. These are so super efficient, folks. Great value for money. Sister car to the e-Niro. Like these, just a bit cramped inside for Mr. Longshanks, me. And you only get a 5-year warranty with these, but you get 7-year with Kia. £11,000. Cap average is 11.9. Online bid 11.1. Is he going to let this go? In fact, of all, there's been a mixture of hybrids, petrol, diesels. Nothing yet has sold, folks. Just saying. But I'm just showing you the electric vehicles, but nothing has actually sold under the hammer today. And we're at like the 40th car. Provisional 11.5. Another one of these Zoes with the lights on the roof. There's been about 3 previously today. None of them have sold. I think they got to like 4.5. Because again, it's down as a grade 5. Got lots of holes in the bumpers when you remove the flashing lights and the beacons on the roof. There's going to be a cable through the roof, of course. Yeah, £4,000. The price reflects it. It's got rapid charging. It's the Iconic. It's the entry spec. I can't see this going out for more than 4.5, but it will go provisional because he wants more. But there's got to come a point where he thinks just get rid, because, you know, there's only so many times you can put a car through an auction. you know, before months and months have gone by. 4250, and that is provisional at 4250. Right, that was the last of the Navuna cars. What do I mean by that? It's the vendor, the people that own the vehicles. Now we're on to Zenith vehicle contracts. So there will be a different man on the rostrum or on the phone saying yes or no to the auctioneer when it gets up to a certain amount. So it's not the auction that's dictating the price, it's the people on the floor and the vendor, the seller, in this case Zenith vehicle contracts. Now they may have a different policy from Navuna. They may want to sell them at cap, below cap, over cap. He'll have a list of how much he needs for all his cars today, and it's down to him as to whether he lets cars go or not. Average price for this grade 3 Model 3 long range all-wheel drive is £19,100. It's up to £19,900. £20,000 in black, 22 plate, done 24,000 miles, grade 3. Online bid £20,000, and that is sold. Well done, Mr. Zenith. That's gone. First one today. Wow, the last car was a Qashqai. That sold as well. Is Mr. Zenith in a selling mood this week? Let's see what he says about this Zoe. Iconic boost charge. 5-door auto. Don't know what boost charge means. 5,900 miles on a 72 plate. Grade 2. Cap average is 10,750. It's up to 10,800, 10,900. We've got online bidders and a hall bidder. £11,000. If he's in the selling mood, this will go. Grade 2. Nice colour. 72 plate Zoe. No battery lease, of course, on the 50 kilowatt hour Zoe. It's the Iconic, and that is provisional. He's not in a selling mood. £11,000. I can't think that's that far away. Long range Model 3. All-wheel drive in the beautiful grey, Fremont built. I can see the chrome around the doors there on a 70 plate. Cap average is £17,000. It's done just 18,000 miles on a 70 plate, as I've said. MOT is August this year. And you've had a look at the condition report, grade 4. It's at 16.4. Cap average is 17. Below is 15.6. It is grade 4. Is he going to let this go? And that is provisional, 16.4. EQA. This is the one with the lemon squeezers in the dash. I'm sure it is. There we go. Lemon squeezers. The EQA, 70 kilowatt hour. AMG line. Cap average is 20,550. It's at 20,008. Depends on what options it's had fitted. 72 plate, 16,000 miles, 1 service stamp. Spare key, type 2 charging cable. Is he going to let this go? It's not clean at 21,950. Cap average is 20,005, and that is provisional. Jaguar I-Pace. It's the HSE. All got 90 kilowatt hour packs, battery packs, 11 kilowatt AC onboard charge, which is always nice. 21,000 miles on a 22 plate. Have to say, not the most reliable vehicles on the road. Looks quite nice in that deep blue. But if you buy an I-Pace, get yourself a cast iron warranty, folks. Shop around. Cambridge Temperamental, and it's out of warranty as well. MOT is due March 2026. Average price is 22,350, and it's at 22.4. Now, if Mr. Zenith has got anything about him, he'll let this go, because I'm afraid Jaguar I-Paces are only going one way when it comes to values, and that is downwards. No longer make them anymore. Question mark over Jaguar. Jaguar, no, he wants more. Provisional, 22.5. ID 5. Of all the IDs, I think I quite like this compared to the others. It's got a nice shape to it. Yeah, and it's got a nice bottom. I like nice bottoms on cars. Yeah, quite like these, despite the dashboard and despite the colour. 9,000 miles, 72 plate, should be 21,450. It's at 21,000. 9,000 miles, grade 1, straight on some dealer's forecourt. Although I did see some wheel brush there on the alloy, but wouldn't cost a lot to get put right. 21.3, and that is provisional. Tesla all-wheel drive Model 3. Where are we? 71 plate. This is a Shanghai built car because there's no chrome around the doors. Surrounds, 36,000 miles, grade 3. It should be 17,250. Could benefit for some from some wheel trims and a wheel refurb. Try saying that quickly. Yeah, there we go. And oh, hang on. No, tell a lie. This is a Shanghai built car. Yes, of course it is. On a 71 plate, screwed together just a little bit better than the Fremont built ones. 16.8 it's up to. Cap average is 17.2, so it's £400 behind, £400 behind, £300 behind, £250 behind. V5 is there. It's VAT qualifying, which means VAT is included in the hammer price. But if you use this for business, you can claim the VAT element back, and that is sold £17,000. Nice. EQC AMG line, 80 kilowatt hour. Yeah, 14,000 miles on a 71 plate. Got 2 services going on in there. Type 2 cable and a 3-pin granny cable. 25.2, 25.3. Average is 25.1. Depends on the options fitted. 25.3. Is he going to let this go? EQC 400 300 kilowatt AMG line, and that is provisional 25.3. BMW time again. X3 80 kilowatt hour Premier Edition, 44,000 miles, grade 3. 19,200. I think this went through last week. Didn't make a note of the price of this last week. Looks like a normal car. It hasn't got such an ugly face like the other I-Series BMWs have. Looks very car-like, doesn't it? 19.7. Cap average is 19.2. 44,000 miles, X3. And that is provisional at 19.7. Tesla Model 3, this went through last week. It's the red one with a white interior, 28,000 miles on a 70 plate. So this will be a Fremont built car. Grade 4, it's got a bit of damage to it. Last week it went provisional at £16,000. But it is grade 4. Look at the front bumper there, look. Well, the front bumper come front wing. Needs some bodywork. Surely Mr. Zenith Vehicle Contracts is going to take that into account, but you can never tell with vendors. Anyway, £16,000 it got to last week. It's at 15.9. 28,000 miles, 70 plate. Nice colour, great interior. And that is provisional again at 15.9. £100 less than last week. Oh well, it's his risk, isn't it? 300 lot 328 Ioniq 5. 77 kilowatt hour, 17,000 miles on a 23 plate, lot 328. I didn't make a note of this last week. 20,350 is its average price, and it's up to 20,007. Grade 2, 1 stamp at 11,000 miles, type 2 and 3-pin charging cable. 20,700. Is he going to let this go? And that is provisional. Another Ioniq 5 premium, 73 kilowatt hour, 17,000 miles on a 22 plate. Where are we? Cap average is 18,750. Grade 2. Looks nice in that grey. Have to say, again, some wheel brash on the alloys, but yeah, looks really smart, that, doesn't it? Vehicle to load on these as well. Go out camping. I don't do camping, but you can boil a kettle or a toaster. Yeah, nice thing. 18,400. Just not very efficient. Big fat tyres on these as well. 18.4. Cap average is 18,750. 17,000 miles. Premium spec, and that is provisional at 18.4. Kia e-Niro time. It's the Kia Niro 3 EV, not as efficient as the original e-Niro. 8,700 miles in the grey, 73 plate. Cap average is 21.3. I think this went through last week. These wiggly lines to show you where there's a dink or a dent that a dent man can pull out. 2008. 7-year warranty, don't forget folks, on these. This is under warranty till September 2030. Just great value for money cars, they really are. 20,900. I doubt whether he's going to let this go. And that is provisional at 20,009. Right, it's EV6 time. Quite like the look of these. This went through 2 weeks ago, folks, and got to £23,200, which is £200 over cap average. But what's Mr. Zenith going to say this week? Grade 3. Nice thing. Like the look of these. 22 plate, EV6, 77.4 kilowatt hour. Again, not the most efficient, but they look great. 22.4. 7-year warranty on these as well, folks. 22.4. Last week it was 23.2. 2 weeks ago, rather. Sometimes they put cars through the next week, sometimes they'll give it 2 weeks, and that is provisional at 22.4. So, yeah, where are we? A lot less than last 2 weeks ago. Peugeot 2008, excuse me. Allure Premium, 50 kilowatt hour, Stellantis car. You know how I feel about Stellantis cars. 16,000 miles in the grey, 72 plate, grade 3. Yeah, so where are we on this? 11.6, 11.7. I've not made a note as to whether this went through last week or the week before, I don't know. 12,450 is its average price. It's grade 3. It's in a good run-of-the-mill colour for a sales pitch, 72 plate. Allure Premium Plus, 50 kilowatt hour, and that is provisional at 11.9. Right, BMW i4 lot 337. Right, 2 weeks ago this didn't sell at 30,600. It's beaver face time. 7,000 miles, i4 M Sport 83.9. Can't they just put another 100 kilowatts into that, make it 84? Anyway, 83.9 kilowatt hour. 30,200 it's up to. 2 weeks ago, got to 30,600. Are we going to get any higher? Grade 2. 30,005. £100 less than 2 weeks ago. It's matched 2 weeks ago. Online bidder and a hall bidder. It's £100 more than 2 weeks ago. Is this going to interest Mr. Zenith to go, do you know what, sell it? We've chanced her arm. It's only £100 extra. Let it go. Is he going to let it go? No. 30,700. Tesla Model 3, long range, all-wheel drive, grade 3, 21 plate. This will be a Shanghai built car. And just to let you know what to look out for, it's got the wood door cappings on the front passenger and front driver's door. Just screwed together, just a little bit better, and it has the octavalve heat pump, which is really efficient. 26,000 miles, 21 plate in the black, grade 3. Average price. Computerized AD pricing says 17,850 is the average this has been selling for over the last 30 days, and that is provisional at 17,400. Kona Premium 64 kilowatt hour time. It's the facelift model, 29,000 miles in the grey, 71 plate, 3 stamps. Type 2 and 3-pin charging cables, grade 3, 12.7. It's up to 12.2. I've got an online bidder and a hall bidder. You'll have done all your checks beforehand by downloading the inspection report and giving it a good look over and making a note of how much you want to bid to before you bid. So you've got lots of time to peruse the condition of these vehicles before they actually go through a sale. 12.6. And that is provisional at 12.6. Tesla Model 3 Standard Plus 4-door auto, of course it is, 54,000 miles on a 71 plate. This will have the LFP battery in, which means they're just a little bit more robust. You can charge these to 100% all day long, and they don't mind it. So a lot to be said for the smaller range Model 3s. Shanghai built, got the old door cap in there. 13.2 is its average price, which looks like excellent value for money, doesn't it? Nice colour in the blue. It's a change from the white. 12.5. I don't know what this fetched last week or whether it's fresh in. I don't know. 12.5. 71 plate, standard range, Model 3. 54,000 miles. Where are we going to go with this then? 12.6. Is he going to let this go? I doubt it. Yeah, provisional 12.6. Model Y, long range, all-wheel drive, 20,000 miles on a 22 plate in a beautiful red. It's got the black interior. And where are we? Grade 2. £25,850 is its average price. 4-year warranty on these. So what's first? March 2026. Under warranty with Tesla. If anything goes wrong, and they're really good at fixing stuff. MOT is due January 2026, so you can check the MOTs beforehand, and that is provisional at 25.1. Tesla Model 3 long range all-wheel drive in the fridge white, 70 plate, 85,000 miles. Cap average is 11.8. Nothing wrong with the miles, folks. This will be, is this a Shanghai built car? Let's have a quick look, because this was like the changeover period. Now this is a Fremont built car. So it doesn't have the efficient octavalve heat pump, but it's still a great EV. 11.7. Average is 11.8. 70 plate, long range, all-wheel drive. 11.7. Lots of people with this sort of price to spend, and it's provisional at 11.7. Kia Niro EV3, 65 kilowatt hour, which they all are. 23 plate, 21,000 miles in the free red. Where are we? Grade 2. 19,450 is its average price. 2 keys, 1 owner, VAT qualifying, so the hammer comes down and say at £20,000 the invoice will show 18,1 plus VAT. So if you're VAT registered and use this for VAT purposes, then you can claim the VAT element back on your next VAT return. But yeah, you don't pay extra, it's included in the hammer price, if you remember the public, and that is provisional at 19.5. Audi time, Q4, shaped like a brick at the front, but people love the Audi badge, and fair play to them if it gets them in an EV. 24 plate, 15,000 miles, the black edition. As with all German cars, depends on the spec. You could have spec'd all sorts of stuff on this, from leather to the wheels to all sorts. So the guide price is just that. It's just simply a guide. The guide is saying the average price is 32.4, but that will take into account a Bobby Basic 82 kilowatt hour black edition right up to one that's been optioned with everything. So you arrive at an average price. That is provisional at £32,900. Peugeot E2008 50 kilowatt hour Stellantis car, 21 plate, 76,000 miles. Interesting. ABS traction control and front assist lights on, spare key. Could be a weak 12-volt battery. Taking a bit of gamble on this because it's 3-year warranty on these, so it's going to be out of warranty. 76,000 miles, £8,000. Average price is 8.4 with these miles. Could be just a weak 12-volt battery. MOT is due in June. 8.2. 8.4 is its average price. Is he going to let this go? With warning lights on the dashboard. He will have heard that from the auctioneer, and he will also have had a note with those sort of miles. Surely he's going to let this go at 8,250. £8,250. Of course, no comebacks when you buy at a trade auction. No provisional. 8,250. Interesting. ID3 Family Pro 58 kilowatt hour in the turquoise. This went through last week. Didn't make a note of how much it got to. 34,000 miles. Grade 2. You wouldn't lose this in a car park, would you? Let's be honest. But yeah, it's got the Bobby Basic more efficient wheel covers on. Got Type 2 cable only, 1 service stamp. 12.2 That sounds a bit cheap, doesn't it? 22 plate, 58 kilowatt hour, Family Pro, ID3, 12.4. Cap average is 12.550. It's like Mr. Zenith vehicle contracts is going to be hanging on for more money. So that man here is talking to the rostrum. Maybe he's just, asking the question about something or other, which is nice with in person. You could always sort of get a gauge. Provisional at 12.4. Model Y long range in the black, 16,000 miles, 24 plate. This may be an early return, or it may just been a 12-month contract. Now it's registered June 2024, so just an early return. Maybe somebody just left their business and it was returned early. Cap average is 29,200. It's up to 29.9. Long range, all-wheel drive. Tesla Model Y, £30,000. I don't know whether this went through last week or not. I can't remember. 16,000 miles. Is he going to let this go? And that is provisional at bang on £30,000. Tesla Model 3, long range all-wheel drive in the blue, 60,000 miles. It is a Fremont built car on a 20 plate. You can see the chrome around the doors. £13,000 is its average price on a 20 plate, and it's grade 1. Nice. 13.6. See, dealers will always pay a little bit more for something that doesn't need much preparation, and it's grade 1. You've had a look around it on the condition report as well. 13,750. Average is 13.2. So the bids are reflecting it. We've got an online bidder and a hall bidder. I always used felt more confident when I bid against somebody in the hall because they were walking around it. Provisional at 13.8. Peugeot E208 looks nice, can't fit in it. GT premium, 50 kilowatt hour, 44,000 miles, 9.7. Door edge chips. Yeah, they look nice, but yeah, I just couldn't get on with the seating position, to be honest. And it wasn't the most efficient, I have to say. But I've been reliably informed they've improved them. 9.5. Cab average is 9.7. 22 plate E208, 50 kilowatt hour. In the red. 2 stamps, last at 32. It's now doing 44,000 miles, and that is provisional at 9.5. Ioniq 5. 58 kilowatt hour size batteries, 77,000 miles. 11.7. So it's got the smaller battery than its bigger battery brother. 4 stamps. Last 12th of March 2025. 4 stamps. Last at 76,400. It's now showing 77,100. That will interest some dealers. Not everybody needs a big battery. 11.9. Cap average is 11.7. Grade 3. MOT till next March. Doesn't need a service, doesn't need an MOT. Grade 3, a little bit of TLC. We'll have that ready to retail. 12.1. And the bidding is reflecting that, and it's provisional at 12.1. They're confident these are going to maintain their values, aren't they? These vendors, Zenith. Zoe, rapid charge, 50 kilowatt hour, grade 4. 8,125 is the average price at 26,000 miles, and this will have the CCS rapid charging because Showroom are brilliant at always photographing the charge port with the flap down. 7.4. Average is 8.1, and it's grade 4. Needs a bit of TLC, and that is provisional. Surprise, surprise. Another Peugeot E2008. 50 kilowatt hour, the GT line, which is just a trim level, 22,000 miles in the grey on a 21 plate. 3 services, last at 22,000 miles, 22,311, and it's now done 22,389. So 50 miles ago it was serviced. MOT is due April 2026, grade 2. Dealers will love this aspect. Just been serviced, long MOT. Just a grade 2, 21 plate, Good forecourt stock, and that's reflecting the bidding. Look, average price is 11.5, it's up to 12. Don't forget plus fees. Stay to the end of the video and you'll see what the fees are. 12.2. As a member of the public, you could be standing in the hall bidding. If you want to bid online like this, you've got to have an account, and members of the public can't just get an account. Sold 12.2. Nice, not surprised, you know, ready to retail. Model 3 Standard Plus, 21 plate, Shanghai built, 42,000 miles. So this has got the good old LFP battery. I think some of these batteries were made by BYD, which are just indestructible. Cap average is 13,750. It's in the black. It's on a 21 plate. It's up to 13,600. You get yourself a great EV. Ignore the whole Elon nonsense, and you get yourself a very technically advanced electric vehicle. 13,600, and that is provisional. That will go through next week or the week after. Another Audi e-tron, 95 kilowatt hour. You need a big fat battery because it's shaped like a brick. 49,000 miles in the blue. Black edition 5-door auto. Depends on the spec. He's doing assessment, look, with bangle around his wrist and big clanky rings. Anyway, not questioning the staff at Shoreham. Yeah, there we go. So you can have a good look at the car. I was trying to see if you can see what range it's got on. 94 miles showing. Anyway, 22.2 it's up to, which is the cap average price. Is anyone going to pay any more than that? Depends on the spec. 2 prints, service prints, both the cables. Grade 2. Registered April 2021. It's at 22.5. Is he going to let this go? It's all online bidders, look. It's got an Audi badge. 95 kilowatt hour. It probably does about 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, to be honest. So you're looking at about 220 mile range if driven carefully. Maybe a little bit more if you're really light footed. And that is sold at 22.9. Cupra Born, Volkswagen ID3 in fancy clothes. I think this went through last week. Pictures haven't come up. 72 plate, 16,000 miles. Version 2. Cap average is 17.7. I like these. Still got a bit of Volkswagen dashboard going on, but I think it's a bit more about it than an ID3. 58 kilowatt hour. Where are we going to be with this then? 17.7 is his average price. And no images have popped up. Looks like it's in the grey. 17.7. Is he going to say, here we go, 17.3, 17.3, 17.4. Average is 17.7, 17.5, 6, 7. It's at cap average, 16,000 miles, V2, 72 plate. MOT is November. When its first MOT is due, 17.8, and that is sold as 17.8. Right then, lot 378. I've got my eye on this. Tempted, I must say I am. 22 plate in the blue, Model Y with a white interior, 46,000 miles. 2 weeks ago, folks, this got to 22.6. Its average is 23.1. I quite like this. I had another look this morning at it. Sort of tempted. 22.3. It's £300, £100 behind what it was 2 weeks ago. 22.6. It's matched 2 weeks ago. Average now £100 more than 2 weeks ago. You can see possibly why vendors will hang on to stuff to try and get a bit more. Don't think he's going to let it go for 22.7. That'll be the cheapest one in the country if he does. Provisional 22.7. Model 3, let's just watch this one last of all. There's loads more to come, but I'm at 45 minutes, and you probably, if you're still watching, thanks. But I'll end it after this one. 14,000 miles, long range, all-wheel drive in the grey, 71 plate. This will be Shanghai built, grade 3. £19,500 is his average price. Like it in the grey. 19.8. So that Model Y just went £100 more than last week. £20,000, £500 more than the average. See, grey's a good strong colour to try and retail. Is he going to let this go? And that is sold, £20,000. Great stuff. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. So again, it's down to the vendor whether he wants to hang on to it for a few more weeks. Who knows? There'll be whoever was the highest bidder this week will get a phone call to say, look, we need X amount, and there'll be another negotiation. But if they're not successful and they don't want to pay any more, whoever bid the highest, it will go through another sale either next week or in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to keep an eye on these 7. So if you want to know what they fetch, are they going to fetch a bit more? They're going to fetch a bit less. That's the vendor's risk, not you and I's risk. So it all depends, like I said at the top of the video, on the news and the way the tariffs are going to go and the way the market responds. Makes buyers, and in particular the public, a little bit nervous about investing in any big ticket item. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay to the end if you want to know what the fees are. If you want to bid in person at showroom, then you can pay sort of trade values. Let me know what you think in the comments, whether you think they were value or not, and what's your take on what the vendors are trying to do at the moment. Thanks for watching. See you next week. So what are the costs of buying from showroom auctions? Well, just have a look at their website. On their buying page, you get this buying guide. So whether trade or private, you can buy from showroom auctions. Now there's a buyer's guide there you can click on and download, which basically explains what is below as well. So if you buy as a private individual, £500 deposits required, or bank transfer, ID, blah blah blah, and you have to pay by 4 PM the following day unless agreed otherwise. Details there about being a trade buyer, but buying privately. Auctions can be intimidating to the uninitiated, but you've all been watching my videos, so you'll be okay with that, won't you? So here's some of the rules. Understand the terms and conditions, decide which vehicle you need, check prices for your visit, register your interest to buy requires a £500 deposit, and everything else is explained there. So some of the things to look for, but again, if you know what you're after, you know, it's just stating the obvious. So if this is the vehicle for you, place yourself clearly in view of the auctioneer and wait for him to open the bidding. Listen carefully. If you feel the price is right, raise your hand to bid, and once the auctioneer has caught your eye, he'll keep looking at you. If you win, go straight to the rostrum. Again, this is just for bidding in person. You can't do it online as a private individual. And go to the pay office and pay. Now here are the fees. So it's basically a buyer's fee of 10% of the sale price with a minimum of £125 and a maximum of £750 plus VAT, which includes the indemnity cost as well. Plus there's a £12.50 admin fee for the V5. And again, before you leave showroom with the car, it's your responsibility to make sure it's roadworthy, check the tyres, etc., and also tax and insure it.